Bring out the blade, bitches, because he coming for blood. Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You guys have now tuned into my Empire recap. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Share this video wherever you like to share videos. Make sure you comment down below. I don't think I saw any comments on the last video. I'm pretty sure I'm right. So definitely make sure you comment down below for your chance to get a little shout out in the next video. Okay, guys. And also check out my other channel, which is Samore Love TV. Without the real, because that's where I also post my love and hip hop recaps. Okay, so yes, I'm doing it and it's over there. All right, so let's go ahead and just pretty much get right into it. So Jamal and his little playboy, they were vibing. They got some new music. It sounds really good, and they really sound like, you know, nice together. I was like, yo, Playboy really got a nice voice. Of course, I always forget his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about, okay? Let's not act like we don't know. Meanwhile, Andre, he's falling for this cop chick. He goes to see a psychiatrist who he's telling all his problems to, and this same guy gives him more meds, and it's funny how things kind of unwind later on. So now Cookie and her family, they have on their Sunday's best, honey. I mean, they look like they was ready to go to church. All right? Church and sit on the freaking, what is it called? The pulpit. Sit up there and just kind of nod their heads and say their praise. I mean, that's how they was looking. They was ready, honey. And Cookie and her family, like I said, they was ready for the whole court appearance that they had to do because Anika's trying to get full custody of Bella. So at the hearing, Angelo, I mean, honey child, he was going in. I mean, he was letting out all his anger, all his frustrations during this court appearance. I mean, you could see that he was bitter. By the way, he was just acting and going after people. He said that Hakeem will either make the baby get injured, damaged, or dead is how the baby's gonna end up with him. He went all up in what's her name, in Tiana's face, and was telling her that asking her about threesomes and if she gets high with Hakeem and what does she get high with, like all kind of craziness all up in the girl's face. You know, she got so flustered that she started crying because it was like so overwhelming for her. And then when Hakeem came out to talk to her, he wasn't being empathetic at all. He was just like, oh, why were you so weak? Because of your weak self, I'm probably going to lose my daughter. Then he fires his freaking lawyer, and he takes things upon his own hands. And he was actually doing pretty good until Mr. Dubois came in with her little rich self. All right, and she pretty much had like tapes of him and her talking where he confided in her like an idiot. Like, just because you playing with the devil doesn't mean you have to feed him. You know what I mean? That's exactly what he was doing. He was playing with her, and then he was also feeding her too, because he wanted to make sure he had access to his daughter. But then you telling her too much, like you confiding in her out of all people. You already seen what she did. Like, you know she's the one who took your child, and you still gonna tell her all this information. Like, he told her things about how he wished that Cookie was still in jail, how his father's a monster, how one of his brothers lost a child, and both of them, he don't want them around Bella because the other one, he takes pills. It was just like, wow, tell me how you really feel though. You know what I mean? That's exactly how it came off. So all of them was just looking at him like, wow, you know, I can't believe it. Like, they was disgusted by him. They didn't even want to talk to him. And Cookie kept on asking him before Miss Dubois went on trial on the stand. He kept asking him like, does she know anything? And he was like, nah, there's nothing to worry about. He kept trying to shut her down, but because in New York State, there's no law that says that both parties have to agree to a recording, it was perfectly fine for her to agree, although he didn't, which is, it's kind of messed up, but hey. So now, Luscious, there was one point where he had went up on the stand and he played everybody out. Like, I was like, yo, he got this in the bag, but then after that, that's when stuff started hitting the fan. Like, Luscious had set things up really nicely to the point where he made them feel like he still didn't have the right mind, and he was such a good grandpa, a good man in general. So it was really nice to, like, I guess he was capturing people's hearts by the way he was talking. Good actor, man. Good actor. So Becky's old boo, he's back, and they both have to work together. So she was on, like, some serious power trip, like, not trying to really hear his music, and when she heard it, she's, like, giving bad criticism. So Shine was in the, he was in the studio with him, and he was just kind of like, you know, well, they was going through the music. I'm talking about, you know, they was playing the music or whatever, and that's when she came in with her whole, like, power trip stuff, and she could tell she still felt some type of way about him. She was also jealous because he has gotten to travel the world, and, you know, she didn't get to do a lot of things, but at least she was able to capture her dream job. So, and that was a job that he said that she was never gonna get. So it's funny how things kind of, like, played out like that. But she ended up effing him and leaving him, honey. I mean, he thought everything was all gravy after they did the do in the studio. Honey. Honey, girl, she played him out, boo. Okay, she ended up meeting with him. He was all smiley face, happy because he got some cookie. And cookie. No point intended. Now, y'all know what I mean, but he got the goods, and then she's just like, well, you know, I've worked hard for this job, and I just want to make sure that I remain professional, and yeah, we're going to kind of just end it off here. I needed that closure. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Toodles. Shut him down. That's what they just do to the women. So she gave him a taste of how guys be doing. Mr. I'm saved. Oh, now I'm following Jesus. I want to do gospel music. Okay. So now, after everything was said and done, I mean, we pretty much knew that things had hit the fan, okay? And that's exactly what happened. So now Anika, she ended up getting full custody of Bella. And it's crazy because it looks like Anika's starting to fall for him. It's almost like, damn, girl, like, everything Cookie had, now you want it, you know? That's what it kind of seemed like. I know it's probably going to end up feuding them once, if they do really get into a real relationship. That's going to definitely make them go in, you know what I mean? If they see them two hooking up. But I've seen them googly eyes, like, more than once, maybe on, like, 3 occasions. So yeah, now we see that all of them have a meeting. Anika was there with them, and she feels like she's a part of something now because, you know, these people are refined. You know, it's just like how she grew up. So I seen him touching her hand a little bit. This is Angelo was touching her hand. And then, you know, little playboy, he got his little side thing that he got to do. You know, he got to bring Jamal down, so he's ready for it, but Angelo's like, I don't know if he really ready, you know, he looked like he catching feelings or whatever, you know, he was kind of snitching a little bit. And then one of the other chicks, I don't know if that's his sister or what, I'm not really sure, but she was all like, she has somebody with her, and the person that she had, ironically enough, is the same doctor that is treating, well, maybe not ironically enough, it is pretty much a setup, is the same guy that's treating this dude, that's treating Andre. So he was like, you know, I saw someone today and I ended up giving him higher meds. So he's pretty much doing like malpractice, and I guess he doesn't care about his career, and he feels like no one's going to find out. You know, money talks, and a lot of people will compromise themselves for money, and it seems like that's exactly what he's doing. So yeah, to end it all off, I mean, it was a sad moment because Bella gets taken by her mom and it was just like sad the way everything was going down, because like he knows everything about her. That shows you how much attention he pays, how he doesn't go out and do crazy stuff because he's with her all the time. Like, that's the only way you would know all these things. He knew her favorite color, where she what she likes to sleep with, how she likes to sleep, what time she sleeps, what time she eats. Like, he was running it down. And you could tell by Anika's face that she was like, damn, like, you know, maybe I'm in over my head. Like, what did I really do? This guy really does seem like a good guy. Well, he might not be such a good guy after all of this, because you already know a lot of times when stuff like that happens, they just, you know, especially for him, you know how he's so hot-headed, he would just kind of flip and just kind of become a monster and just start effing chicks all the time. So, I don't know. We're going to see what exactly happens with him. But it did kind of seem like she was contemplating a lot of things and just kind of like seeming like she had a little bit of a heart, you know? But I guess we'll see what happens. It's gonna be spicy, but it's not gonna be back for another 2 weeks. So you already know tomorrow's gonna be my Tamar and Vince. I've been doing that, and then you know we're on rotation back on Monday on the other channel for Love and Hip Hop. So you know, subscribe. Stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you in the next one.